After finally recovering from the massive shock of their brief clash, Qi slowly calms down and lets Lu Sheng know he can proceed. He points ahead toward the area where the second trial is already waiting for him. Lu Sheng nods in agreement, but he suddenly stops in his tracks to ask a very important question. How many of these trials does he actually need to complete in order to officially pass the entire entrance exam? To his surprise, Qi reveals that simply passing the very first trial is already enough to secure a spot in the academy, which leaves Lu Sheng feeling completely confused about the whole setup. The veteran explains that simply earning the approval of examiners like them counts as a pass. This means Lu Sheng has already succeeded and is completely free to drop out of the selection process right now. Even so, Qi strongly advises the young man to keep going forward. He points out that proceeding further unlocks much greater rewards, making this entrance selection a true once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Lu Sheng is quite surprised to hear this. He looks at Qi and asks if all the guardians in this celestial rank selection are actually veteran students from the academy just like him. Qi admits that this is not exactly the case for every single stage. However, he refuses to give away any more secrets, telling the young warrior that he will have to discover the truth on his own. Before they part ways, Qi leaves him with one last critical piece of advice. He warns Lu Sheng that he must either defeat the next guardian with absolutely everything he has, or simply kill them. Lu Sheng politely thanks him and turns around to walk away, but Qi suddenly calls out to stop him. Unable to resist asking if he is actually the legendary genius prodigy known as Dai Liusi. Stopping for a moment, Lu Sheng looks back over his shoulder with a calm, gentle smile and corrects the veteran, revealing that his true name is actually Lu Sheng. Qi stands completely frozen in sheer disbelief. He can only quietly mutter the name Lu Sheng as a glowing portal begins to swirl and open up right in front of them. Leaving the stunned veteran behind to process the shocking news, Lu Sheng sprints forward at an incredible speed, aiming directly for a bright blue light shining in the far distance. He rockets like a bolt of lightning toward a massive, ancient stone archway. This impressive structure marks the official entrance to the second trial of the selection. Stepping right through the swirling blue energy barrier, Lu Sheng lands firmly on his feet. He finds himself standing on the cold, rocky ground of a dark and massive cavernous space. As he looks around the gloomy cavern, a strangely familiar feeling washes over him. Right on cue, a dark bubbling mass of deep red energy begins to ripple and boil nearby. His senses immediately flare up as he recognizes the distinct, menacing aura of the dark side universe. Suddenly, a terrifying, multi-eyed monster rises from the bubbling red sludge to challenge him. The massive, hideous beast lets out a loud roar and lunges aggressively straight toward Lu Sheng, fully intent on tearing the young warrior apart in an instant. Instead of flinching or backing away, Lu Sheng stands completely still. It quickly dawns on him that the advice to kill the opponent was definitely referring to these strange dark side creatures. Letting his inner power build up, his eyes suddenly flash with a brilliant spark. In the next moment, he unleashes a blinding burst of pure golden energy right in the monster's face. This overwhelming light completely freezes the creature in its tracks. The terrifying dark beast has no choice but to shrink back in absolute terror from the holy energy. Without wasting a single second, Lu Sheng fires multiple piercing beams of light. They trigger a massive, loud explosion that instantly destroys the monster, leaving nothing behind. Once the thick smoke finally clears, a glowing red crystal slowly floats down. Lu Sheng catches it in his hand, feeling highly impressed by the incredibly high energy concentrated inside this core. Clenching his fist tight, he reminds himself that his extreme Yangdao is the perfect weapon against these dark entities. He fully accepts that the heavy mission to stand against the entire dark side invasion rests on his shoulders. At that moment, he remembers how he originally used a corrupted dark clone of his own to successfully master and truly understand the powerful rules of the extreme Yang law. With a confident smile on his face, he fully embraces this destiny. He quickly purifies the remaining dark energies perfectly, showing complete mastery over these two opposing forces. Now that the path is clear, Lu Sheng locks his eyes on the newly opened, swirling blue gateway standing right in front of him, ready for the next challenge. He realizes that the path forward requires him to either defeat or kill every single guardian. To him, this whole structure feels a lot like climbing stages in a video game. Determined to use this trial to test and refine his combat skills now that he has reached level 13, Lu Sheng confidently steps through the gateway to face whatever comes next. Far away from the dark trials, up on the peak of the stars, a majestic and highly prestigious golden palace floats peacefully in the quiet sky, far above the world below. Sitting quietly on a high ledge that overlooks the stunning view of the universe, Chi takes a slow, relaxed sip from his glowing golden cup. Suddenly, a pink-haired elf student walks over to him with a big grin, jokingly asking Chi how much fun it was to crush the dreams of the hopeful newbies this year. The elf student sighs, explaining that he missed the registration to be an examiner because of his intense closed-door training. He admits he really wanted to join in on destroying the newcomers himself. Hearing this, Chi suddenly slams his golden cup down on the ledge. He quietly admits that there was absolutely nothing fun about it, because he actually lost his match. The pink-haired elf is completely taken aback by this confession. He stares at Chi in shock, asking if he is actually being serious or just playing some kind of joke. Chi looks him in the eye and assures him he is dead serious. He explains that the challenger could have easily killed him in a single second, admitting he couldn't even see the attack. Hearing that a mere newcomer had completely overwhelmed a highly seasoned veteran, the pink-haired elf student freezes on the spot, unable to believe what he is hearing.